Okay, let's get into it. Today we're looking at some pretty high-end AV tech, the kind you see in really complex setups.
Right, think corporate campuses, command centers, places with lots of screens needing different feeds quickly.
Exactly. And our focus is this specific device, the WolfPack 4K 30Hz 4x6 AV over IP PoE Matrix Switch. Quite a mouthful.
It is, and it's sold by HDTV Supply. The key thing to grasp up front is that this isn't just routing HDMI signals in the old way. It's AV over IP.
Meaning the video gets chopped up and sent over your regular network, like data.
Basically, yeah, using network switches and Cat6 cables instead of dedicated, expensive matrix hardware.
Okay, but let's jump to the really interesting bit they're highlighting. They claim it has something unique, a wireless iPad and Android tablet real-time video preview.
Yeah, that's definitely the attention grabber. It changes how you'd actually use the system day to day.
Before we totally unpack that preview feature, though, let's just nail down the basics. What is this thing fundamentally?
Okay, so fundamentally, it's a 4-input, 6-output matrix switcher. Any source can go to any screen or multiple screens,
Right.
and it pushes 4K video, specifically at 30 hertz, plus audio, up to about 450 feet. And crucially, it does this over a single standard CT6 network cable.
Okay, 4K over K6, that's pretty standard for AV over IP now. But here's the part that made me look twice. The sources say the entire system runs on just 1 gig of total bandwidth, even with multiple 4K streams.
H.265 compression, it's a very efficient codec.
Efficient, sure, but 1 gig for all that. Is the picture quality taking a hit? Are we talking visible compression artifacts?
That's always the trade-off with compression, isn't it? The claim is, for this 4K 30 hertz level, the H.265 implementation is good enough that, in a commercial setting, you likely wouldn't notice major issues.
Okay. I remain slightly skeptical, but noted.
And another big factor for installers is power over Ethernet, PoE.
Ah, right. No separate power bricks cluttering things up at each TV.
Exactly. One cable handles the video, the audio, and the power for both the sending unit and the receiving unit. Big time saver.
And speaking of those units, the transmitters and receivers, they're actually the same box.
Yeah, physically identical. You just use PC software to tell a specific box whether it's acting as a transmitter, TX, or a receiver. RX adds flexibility.
Clever. Okay, what about speed? Switching lag is the enemy in these setups.
They claim it's seamless and instantaneous. The specs mention latency as low as 80 milliseconds in a specific low latency mode.
80 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty quick. Probably imperceptible for most video content.
Right. Especially important if you're driving, say, a big video wall in a public space.
Okay, speed efficiency. Let's circle back to that unique selling point, the wireless tablet preview. Tell me more.
So this is pretty cool. The app on an iPad or Android tablet shows you live, full-motion video previews of all your connected source devices simultaneously.
Wait, live video, not just static thumbnails.
Full-motion video. So imagine you have like 12 different satellite boxes hooked up as sources. The manager can look at their iPad, see what's actually playing on all 12 channels in real time.
And then just tap to send, say, channel 5 to the big screen in the lobby and channel 8 to the conference room displays.
Exactly that. It's a visual way to manage complex routing on the fly.
Okay, that is a significant workflow improvement. But there have to be catches.
There are a couple of important ones. First, that live preview on the tablet. It's video only. No audio comes through on the preview itself.
Right, makes sense. Probably saves bandwidth and processing. What else?
Second, you can't control the source device from the tablet app.
Ah, okay. So you can see what's on DirecTV channel 105, but you can't use the app to change the DirecTV box to channel 106.
Correct. The app is purely for routing the existing signal streams. You still need the satellite remote or maybe a separate control system integration to change channels on the source itself.
Gotcha. So the tablet is for signal selection, not source control. That's a key distinction.
And also, while the tablet app is great for the day-to-day switching, the initial setup and configuration, that needs dedicated PC software.
Like setting IP addresses, naming the sources so they make sense in the app, configuring video walls.
Exactly. Things like Design Editor and Half View, they're software tools. That's where you do the heavy lifting of the system configuration.
Okay. Beyond the preview, what other big features does this system fit? You mentioned video walls.
Yeah, it has pretty robust video wall support. You can create various configurations, like, say, a 3x3 wall, or even use all 6 outputs for a 1x6 banner. And it supports image rotation 90, 180, 270 degrees, which is essential for creative wall layouts.
Useful. Anything else?
It also supports KVM.
Keyboard, video, mouse extension over the network.
Right, so you could potentially control a computer located far away, right from the display location, using a connected keyboard and mouse.
And there's audio flexibility too, right? De-embedded audio outputs.
Yes, both the transmitter and receiver units have separate audio outputs, so you can pull the audio off the HDMI signal and send it to a separate amplifier or sound system easily. Plus, the transmitter has an HDMI loop out for a local monitor.
Handy for confirming the source signal right at the rack. What about scaling up? Is it limited to 4x6?
Nope, it's designed to be scalable. Because it's AV over IP, you can essentially just add more transmitters and receivers and use standard network switches, potentially cascaded together, to build much larger systems. They say it's field expandable to over 100 TVs.
So the network switch effectively becomes the matrix core.
Pretty much. The size is limited more by your network design than the initial box, and for hitting that max distance, 450 feet, they recommend good quality C66 or even CC7 shielded twisted pair cable.
Okay, so summing up the key takeaways here, we've got 4K 30 Hz video distribution over standard 1 gig network infrastructure using efficient H.265. We've got flexible hardware where transmitters and receivers are the same unit, configured via software and powered by PoE. And the standout feature is that real-time, multi-source video preview on a wireless tablet, even with the caveats about no audio and no source control from the app.
Exactly. That preview really changes the user experience for managing multiple feeds.
So, thinking bigger picture then.
Yeah.
What does a system like this tell us about where large-scale AV is heading?
Well, I think it points clearly towards the network being the infrastructure. The fact that you can run potentially dozens of 4K streams reliably over standard, relatively inexpensive 1 gig Ethernet using smart compression like H.265, it changes the cost equation.
Meaning you might not need those super expensive high bandwidth fiber runs or massive proprietary matrix switchers quite as often.
Precisely. Your existing or planned standard network infrastructure becomes the backbone for even sophisticated video distribution. It suggests the future of routing video, especially in large commercial or even complex residential spaces, is becoming much more about smart network management and capable endpoints rather than just the size of the central matrix box. The network itself is the matrix.